We're trying to investigate the role of conversation, so that's voice conversation, in encouraging older adults to be physically active.
We are hoping to combine our health expertise with computing expertise and develop a conversational smartphone app that can help to encourage older people in particular to be either maintain physical activity or become more physically active.
The World Health Organization guidelines have shown that people require about 150 minutes or so of moderate physical activity and to do muscle strengthening exercises twice a week in order to stay healthy, where only 44% of older people are able to do that. So through the use of conversational technology, we're hoping to increase those figures and to encourage people to be a bit more physical active and encourage them to talk a bit more about their physical activity so that we can more closely monitor the activities that they're actually doing and the effect this has on their health.
Machines are very good at accessing information, educational content and presenting that. I guess some of the challenges for technology is ensuring that the conversational is realistic enough. I think that's the real research challenge for us.
Instead of people having to rely on text messaging, they can actually converse and have a conversation that's almost like having a conversation with a person, but through the app, so using technology in a way that might be in some way a kind of a proxy for a face-to-face conversation, which we think that people might find a bit more acceptable in terms of behaviour change and in terms of doing a little bit more in terms of physical activity to maintain and improve health.
We're trying to see if the conversation is a better way to deliver these encouraging motivational aspects of doing exercises, or what are the benefits of exercises. Underneath, we have a conversational artificial intelligence component that tries to understand what the user is saying, and based on what the user is saying, is trying to generate a response. This would take into account the personalization aspects, where it remembers the context of the user it's talking to. And we are looking at different conversational bots like AWS Lex or Dialogflow from Google, and to build this conversational bot. And underneath, we would have machine learning algorithms that would help us understand what the user is saying and also help us build responses using natural language generation.
One of the key aspects of this project is co-creation and making sure that everything that we design and implement is done so with the interests and encouragement of the user base that we think we're targeting, which is older people for this project. We invited some elderly people, 60 plus years old, to come and share their views on conversational technology, physical activity, and how they think the two are related. How can we use conversation to encourage physical activity, and how do they envision conversation being used through technology to try and do that.
There's a lot of drivers around obviously our ageing population, people living with more and more chronic conditions, that physical activity generally has a positive effect on most health conditions, most chronic conditions that people are living with. So I guess the hope is that we can develop something that contributes to the field of healthcare, where people are facilitated really to manage their own health and to stay physically active and to stay healthy for as long as possible.
The majority of the over 60 population is not doing enough physical activity to stay healthy in the day-to-day. So one of the primary goals is to try and increase that number and improve the number of people who are able to do that. Furthermore, what we're hoping this project will display is feasibility that conversational technology can be used alongside older adults in the context of fitness, potentially even in the wider context of health. And we might start to see more of those agents in the health domain, perhaps in areas like mental health or companionship for people who are lonely.
We're hoping that the outcome of this project would demonstrate how conversational technology could be used for encouraging physical activity. The implications of this is, of course, inactive aging. So it is of tremendous health benefit to have older adults or older people be physically active through their aging years. but at the moment, less than half of this target population are actually adhering to the advice to be physically active. So what we're hoping to do is see if technology has a role to play, and conversation technology in particular, in moving this percentage up, in having more people be physically active and encouraging more people to adopt active aging.